Sheldon. Love you. Love you more. All right. Yo-yo. 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 All right. Here she comes, just walking down the street. Okay. Here I am. Here I am. All right. It's Saturday. All right. Welcome. I don't know. Hold on. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Is it still morning? I think it's afternoon. I think it's afternoon. I want to turn you on. I need some light. Okay. I was contemplating whether or not I was going to come on. I'm going to keep you like that because once again, I do not have a bra on. And I said, forget. Fucking hate those things. Fucking hate those things. So, I've been watching like romantic movies. I love romantic movies, right? I think I'll probably throw some cards, but I think I'm going to have like a talk with you guys, right? Watching all those romantic movies, and you know how I love like my military stuff. I was crying. I was like, this is great. And then I came across this quote. And I was like, man, you know, it's like I've done this too many times. And it's not a bad thing, right? But here's the quote, okay? I just posted it on YouTube. And I was like, fuck, man. And it's like, I tell myself this in the midst of doing it. So it says, I have to stop making space. I'll show you real quick. I have to stop making space for people who are still unsure about where they fit into my life. It's okay to be unsure, but it's not okay to have so much access to me at the same time. You're either unsure or you either have me. And anything in between is disrespectful to my own growth. And people can take this quote in multiple ways, right? But in all reality, okay, we do this to ourselves. So I write, do what's best for you. Stop second guessing your gut. You have to make the call. Don't do in between. It will hurt you in the end. Value you. Stop second guessing that gut feeling. Stop wasting your own time. You don't want to do you don't want half-ass. So stop letting people give you half-ass. Trust me, no excuses. Stop justifying other people's feelings because you feel. Yours truly, I've made this mistake a few times. Okay? And I have. Okay? I think we all do. And I think for me, it's like we all do it for our own reasons, right? Why we stick around, or why we do this, or why we do that. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing, okay? It's just more or less like I come across this and I'm like, ugh. Anything in between is disrespectful to my own growth, right? And it is. And I've said it, okay? And I've been in so many situations, and they're not bad. I'm like so nervous with anxiety, and it's not even my vibe right now, so I don't know what's going on with that. So I need you all to take like a big fucking breath, okay? I don't know if it's triggering some of you guys, and it's okay. Triggers are okay. But it's getting the best of me right now. So if it's triggering right now, just big breath. And I've been trying to stay off YouTube because of triggering factors for you guys too, okay? But I've said that, like wasting my own time doing this. And it's not always a bad thing, because you want to see where you're at. You want to give a little bit of time. You want to give a little bit of energy. But there's other times where I think we stick around a little bit longer with hopes that somebody else will maybe make moves or say something. And it is, we have to stop doing that. And I'm a culprit at that too, you know, especially in my last experience, because he was like a best friend, you know, and in the end, it ends up hurting. And it's like, you know better. So sometimes it's just best to just kind of like, it really, well, it's not sometimes, it is best to walk away. I mean, you can stay for as long as you guys are going to stay. There's obviously a lesson in it for you or the other person. But, oh my God, guys, you need to breathe. Your energy usually gets me, but not like this. I'm literally telling myself, breathe it out. And I was excited to kind of come on and coach and teach. And, you know, I make the same mistakes all the other fucking humans make. We all do. But, and I've taught this lesson before. I think sometimes it's hard because we want to just give somebody the benefit of the doubt, you know, gotta stop doing that. So I think it is, oh, another thing I wanted to talk about is catalytic energy, and I've been talking about it on Patreon, okay? And I've mentioned it quite a few times over the last year or so, 6 months at least, but it's like here and there. And I don't know if other readers have been mentioning it as well, okay? And it's like what comes around goes around, but I'm saying that as in like me. How do I explain that? As in like, I was a catalyst in my last situation. And in my very first situation, it was a catalyst that came in and woke me up, right? So I think for a majority of you, within the last 6 months or a year, you are a catalyst for somebody else to learn very important spiritual lessons, especially if someone is, I want to go on a journey, I want to do this, I want to do this, but yet they don't, okay? So sometimes other people need that push, or they need something. Like when my catalyst came into my life, I wasn't looking for anything spiritual. I wasn't looking for anything like that. I mean, I don't even think I wasn't even messing with spirituality. Actually, my catalyst brought me to YouTube because of my pain and what I experienced for a good solid year or two before I even came on with you guys, okay? So it was like my own experience, right? Wasn't even trying to go spiritual route, guys. I was afraid of freaking Ouija boards, and I mean, you name it. I had rosary beads surrounded in my room. Okay? Like, no freaking way am I fucking with that shit. The thought of tarot scared the fucking living shit out of me. So we all come in for different reasons, and I'm really realizing I knew the last situation I went into, I knew there was a reason, you know, and I literally said to myself, no matter how it ends up in the end, I know why I'm here. I knew I was kind of there to do a job, okay? And that's fine. I literally was okay with that because I have such a strong belief of my spirituality, you know, that I was like, all right, well, I don't know how this is going to work. But I didn't look at it as, all right, you're the catalyst for this person, you know, and I knew everything would have to crash and burn for this person in order for them to really get to where they needed to be. And they needed to be there. They needed those wants and wishes before I even stepped into their life. So when you walk into someone's life and they don't do jack shit about it, and you're wasting your own time and you're doing this and you stay a little longer for certain reasons, you still got to know when to back out, right? And they still need to know when to make moves. And I think a lot of the people that you guys were dealing with, extremely stubborn, materialistic, you know, guarded. So I think it was for them, not all of them, but I can't, honestly, I haven't really tried to figure it out. I know it has a lot to do with like just loving life and being happy with who you are, and I think self-value, you know, more than love, you know, because the two most powerful things in this world is love and money. So, you know, I don't know, I've never like really tried to pin the tail on the donkey with that one. And I don't think I'll sit here and try to either, you know. But I just came across that quote and I was like, oh my gosh, like I've done. Sorry, my mom called in. Hold on. Kaden? Yeah. Grandma just called me and doing a video. You just go outside and help her with that. She's got like 2 or 3. Grandma, she's out there right now. Just go help her with the groceries. She called me, but I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. Don't you go there right now. Go help her. Right now. I know you're on YouTube. Different type of YouTube. Now go. Buddy, don't. Stop wasting time. So there's that. I just pulled that shit on him. Stop wasting fucking time. So, my mom called in, sorry. And I lost my train of thought. But I know we were talking about catalytic energy, and I've done it. We've all done it. But this time we were the catalyst, okay? And I don't think anybody's sitting around being like, oh, I can't believe I did this. Or I don't think anybody is blaming spirit. Like, I can't believe you did this again. Or, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not. Because I knew I went into something that was not a good scenario. I mean, I hands down knew it. But I had also been friends with this person for... I don't know where I'm going. In the driveway. I hands down went into a situation knowing, not knowing I was a catalyst, but knowing there was a lesson here. And I remember, I don't remember my exact words that I said to him, but I just remember going in and I'm like, I know I'm here for a reason, and it may not end up great in the end. And I remember him just like chuckling, and I'm like, dude, you have no idea who I am. You know, no, you got no fucking clue, you know. All said and done, I'm sure we'll be friends again. Like, I'm not even worried about it, you know. Just everything takes a little time, or we won't, and that's his karma to deal with, right? So, and I'm not gonna sit here and dwell either. All right, it's I got to live my life, do what's best for me and my family, my kids, my goals, my career, what I want to do, what I don't want to do, you know. So that's how I know that I'm okay. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sitting here coming on and complaining about the situation I was just in. I just did somebody a huge favor for them. You know what I mean? And, if I can be that person, then I'm that person. I just didn't see me being a catalyst, you know? I want to get a ring, which is weird. I never want to put rings on. And I thought about this the other... Oh, look at all my other rings. I miss you guys. I want to put on the one... my mom just got me for my birthday. Oh my gosh. Is it not in here? Hi, buddy. Oh my gosh, it's not in here. So, oh, here it is. I was just laughing. I gave, is that it? That's not it. Huh. I thought about it the other day too. I bet you it's at the bottom of one of my purses. That really stinks.
You're helping her this time.
Oh, here it is. With what?
Bringing the paint to the garage. Not right now.
Okay, that's fine. Shut the door. I love you. So, I have purple here, right? So my mom gives me a ring for my birthday. This is the one I wanted to put on. It's an amethyst, right? I don't know why I felt the need to wear this. And I said to my mom, I gave one to Lonnie and I gave one to Mia. I'm going to give one to Jade. I said, do you realize every year for my birthday, or a gift in general, and this has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but purple, it might be a meaning for you. I said, you buy me amethyst. And she's like, I do, no I don't, ha, chuckling. This is my mother. I already gave 2 away. This one is extremely simple. I can't really get it to focus. She always puts diamonds around them. I have a purple cup. My pendulums, majority of them are purple. Okay. But me and my mom were laughing. So one of these will go to Jade. But I'm like, you buy me amethyst all the time. I'm like, what is it? You like your favorite stone? And the funny thing is, she doesn't even wear amethyst. She doesn't. So I'm like, what? I don't even understand, you know? So I don't know why I felt the need to put this ring on, but I did. So I don't know. Amethyst is healing, okay? But I have no idea. Anywho, needless to say, okay? I think we were catalysts this time around. I don't know how it will pan out for everybody, and I don't think anybody should have expectations. I really just came on to share and talk with you. I'm not like wrapping it up, but that quote I came across, because for months and months and months I've been saying that to myself, like, I'm fucking wasting my time. What are you doing? Like, this isn't making me happy anymore, yada, yada, yada. A lot of stuff going on behind the scenes that I was unaware of. Not that I was like really unaware of, and I didn't really sit back and like question, because I knew I was there to do my job. I knew I wasn't there to, what are you doing behind my back? You know? But I'm a special kind of human being. You know, I can bypass a lot of things. But when you bypass so many things, and the same thing comes around again, because they chose to repeat patterns, whether you're aware of it or not, it's going to come back. And I don't think it's going to bite you in the ass. It's going to bite them in the ass, okay? Because a lot of these people were in situations that they were clinging to the past, and they needed to let go of the past, and they refused, and they didn't want to. And the only way for them to really see something or learn something was for a catalyst to come in. So I don't know how many of you realized you were that person. I don't know if it's a blessing. It could be a blessing in disguise. I haven't really, to be honest with you, I haven't really like sat back and was like, I know I did the right thing and blah, 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 blah. And, you know, but I'm going to tell you right now, that cycle's over. So if you feel the need to go back in and teach somebody or explain something or tell somebody they hurt you, or like, fucking don't do it, dude. Stop wasting your time. You're keeping yourself on the merry-go-round by doing any of that. I'm going to be completely honest with you, okay? I think you taught people really good lessons, or a lesson, and I think in the end you got hurt, you know? I think for me I think a majority of you did the same thing I did, because we were talking about it. The last time we went into something, we didn't go into it in a spiritual sense. And I don't know if that was me personally, because going in on a spiritual sense, I want to teach more, I want to coach more, or I feel like this is the person, and which is odd because I don't normally do that. But I have such intense experiences with people. I'm the type that run into a lot of past life soulmates, and it's fucking intense. I don't just meet like the average soul. Like, my soul can't even relate to people, I think, that haven't even had a past life, to be quite honest with you. I hate to say it. In a way, I feel like it's even harder for me, you know. like earlier I was watching the military movies and I was bawling to the point where I was like getting choked up, and I was talking to my pendulum, and I've always known I had a life like that. And I just asked them, I'm like, is this like my past life, like my recent past life and my past? And like, yeah, your past. And I was like, was it children? They're like, no. I was like, all right, a loved one, so like a husband or a wife, because I've been a man in my past lives before too. One that I remember most vividly. So, unless now that I think about it, if that was the one I lost, I don't think so. I really think it was me. But it still gets to me as if it was yesterday. Like I lost this person yesterday. That's how wild my past life experiences are with people. So it's pretty fucking intense. And then I always want to find a reason to stay, or I want to find the reason why this is happening, or why do I feel this way? Is this person supposed to be in my life? Well, every person that you run into is supposed to be in your life. It doesn't mean they're supposed to stay in your life. And I think for a lot of you people, for those who are really in tune with your spirituality, I don't know if this person is meant to be in your life. You were meant to be in their life to teach them a lesson. And I hate to look at it like that, but that is the truth at the end of the day, you know? Whether it comes back around or not. Do I think you're going to be a catalyst in every situation? No, I feel like depending on who you are, you know. But your Mr. Right or Mrs. Right will eventually like come in. I don't necessarily think everyone's being tested. Some of you might be tested and you have to do it again, or a catalyst will come in and wake you up, and then you'll have to, do it again. I guess it just depends on you and where you're at spiritually, and what you do for people, what you know you can do for people. I'm a very healing person. Like I heal, that's the type of person I am. Just because we're all spiritual, we all have different things we gotta work with, right? But I heal karma. And a lot of us probably are healers, right? But it's not our responsibility to get somebody to learn to the point where, did you learn that lesson? Okay, yes, I can give you an A+. Sometimes you literally have to walk away from that. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they passed. I'm in a situation where it's like, I just hope, however it pans out, that person learns and completely moves forward in their life. Like, no looking back. Because that was the reason I came in. Because he was a settler. He would have settled for his situation probably the rest of his life. And then I ended up talking to somebody he was close with, and she said the same thing. Like, if I don't get out of a certain situation, I'd settle my whole life too. Some people can fucking do that, and you're not here to settle. You weren't put on this earth to have a boring life and a miserable life and to fucking settle, people. You're not. So somebody eventually will come in, which is a catalyst, and make you question, So when I saw that quote, I was like, oh, so close to home, because been there and done that. But you have to know when to get out. You do. You do. Don't sit there and be like, I'm a teacher. I don't think they learned. Don't do that. Not your job to do that. A lot of us put ourselves in a very karmic situation, and it was their karma. Their karma. And if they don't want to clean up their own karma, and they want to put the blame on you, I think at one point I had somebody come back to me and say, oh, you want to cause problems for me? I was shocked. I was hurt. And I thought to myself, I wanted to cause problems for you? Like, that's how you're looking at it. Like, you're still not going to take the blame for your own actions. Why? Because you don't want to face your own consequences. That's you being weak. Okay? That has nothing to do with me. So right then and there, like, done. You have to know when to stop engaging in situations, because people like that will continuously say what they have to say to feed a situation, because they don't want to let a situation go. You know what I'm saying? So they constantly bicker, or they constantly put the blame on this, or they put the blame on you. Have to know better to get out of your scenario. You really do. And I didn't even like get mad at the whole you causing problems for me. Like, I had to think about that one. And I'm like, what the actual fuck? You created this problem. You. So you're going to instantly turn it around? So you're not going to learn? You know? And I don't have time for that. So if you're dealing with somebody who does not want to learn, I'm telling you, if you're the catalyst and you stay in that situation, this energy won't learn. I promise you they will not. And I'm speaking from experience and all this other knowledge that I have that I was fully unaware of. You know, and I have this incredible gift that I still don't know what the fuck to do with. You know? So I just know a lot of my experiences, you guys are going through the same shit. You know? It is what it is. I don't think we made any mistakes this time around. I don't. I think it was hard, and they were making the mistakes, and I think we stayed for... I don't even think we stayed longer than we should have, because I feel like the majority of us were really there to do a job. If you really felt like there was a lesson for somebody else here and they were dealing with their own karma, then this is your story, you know. And people always wonder how they relate, because there's hundreds of millions of people in the world and we're working with energy. So a majority of the collective are going through the same shit. And this was, I think, a very important lesson of self-worth and self-knowledge. And where's your fucking integrity? Why would you want to stay in a situation it doesn't even make you happy? And the people that we were dealing with, Troopaloops, I'm not gonna lie, we're really in la la lands. And I don't know how many times I told you, or anybody for that matter, on YouTube, to get out of la la lands. And I don't think we took la la land as serious as we probably should have, because they really were an illusionary energy, thinking they could have something back because somebody else in their life was playing that role, right? You get two toxic people clinging to each other. And I'm not saying these are bad people. Trust me. God forbid they ever watched. I'm not saying these two people are bad people. They're not, okay? It's just you get so comfortable and you hang on to people you shouldn't hang on to, and you don't want to ruin something by like letting shit crash down and trying to rebuild, okay? So it's a tough scenario that I think we found ourselves in, you know? And I think they do have regret in how a lot of things went down, but they're supposed to, because it was their karmic lessons. They were, it was their lesson. It wasn't ours, you know. And we taught them and we try to get them to see different perspectives. And I mean, I've had this person come at me and be like, you come at me with every direction. And I'm like, well, yeah, because I want you to see different perspectives, you know. And they're like, I love you about that. And I mean, this person that my last experience with, one of my best friends, you know, it was a really tough dynamic. So it just for some reason got pulled to these. So I'm going to pull you a couple messages. But just because they feel bad, or see, I don't even think you guys are talking to them. And some of you are not meant to talk to them again. Believe it or not, we were used. Spirit used us. I'm okay with it. I kind of already knew I was being put in a situation like that anyway. I wasn't naive to the situation. I let a lot of shit slide because I'm a very understanding, compassionate person. I knew exactly where somebody was at, and I also knew I went in for a certain reason. Did I expect to have other things, you know, occur? No. And I'm only going to share so much, right? Because this is this person will eventually, I'm sure, I don't know. I don't want to like talk bad about them. You know what I mean? Like my experience, the two people I was dealing with were not bad people. They just didn't belong together. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just hoping they learn. And the way it had to come crumbling down was because, you know, it was like the straw that broke the camel's back. Because if they want to put it on you, ultimately, you weren't the one that caused the ending. Maybe they want to blame it on you, but that ending was already there before you stepped in the picture. It was just the two of them couldn't break away. They couldn't cut the cord, but it was already dead and over. You know what I'm saying? So if somebody wants to turn around and put the blame on you, that's their own cowardly actions. That's their own weakness. That has nothing to do with you. So if somebody dare comes at you and says, oh, you ruined this or you caused this, the fuck I didn't. Wake the fuck up. No, I didn't. This was a huge lesson for you. You two people holding on to something, holding on to each other, and you shouldn't have. You know? That was way over before I ever came into the picture. Over. Finito. Done. Nothing was going to grow. So if there was stuff going on behind other people's back and stuff going on that you were unaware of, and they would, because the two of them couldn't let go. They were still leaning on each other and back and forth, right? And now that it's over, let them put the blame on whoever, because eventually they're going to figure out you weren't the one to blame. It was already over. You had to be the one to come in to show them that there's more to life than what you're holding on to or what you're expecting. You know, and if they don't figure that out, they won't be back in your life. You won't hold on. And they're not going to live a happy life. Unfortunately. They won't. That's the way it goes. If they had someone spiritual come at them and they didn't learn, they're fucking screwed. And that's the truth. You know? I left you before you could leave me. So this person probably pushed you away, thinking that was, you know, the best thing to do. I'm going to have to talk about the catalytic energy. Okay. It says, I bury myself in work to forgive you. So again, this is somebody who doesn't want to face their fears, doesn't want to face what they did. They don't want to challenge themselves. They just want to do something they know that could distract themselves. So a lot of you were dealing with energy that was not great because you were dealing with people who were still in karmic scenarios. Okay. So again, I left you before you could leave me. Okay. So that tells me right off the rip that you were dealing with somebody who pushed away, didn't want to talk about things, somebody extremely guarded, somebody extremely closed off. Okay. Detached. It doesn't mean they necessarily left. It just means this person did not want to be vulnerable, okay? And then again, I bury myself in work to forget you. Well, that's because somebody doesn't want to deal with their own consequences. I knew exactly what I was doing. Like I said, I've been saying that for months. You weren't dealing with an idiot. You were dealing with somebody who thought they were slick and they thought they were getting away with things and they thought something was going to play out a different way and it didn't. That's because you were dealing with somebody who tried to control the situation. You can't control situations on how they play out or how you want them to play out, how you think you're going to play out. When you try to control a situation, that shit's going to backfire every time. And I've been saying this for months to you guys. You weren't dealing with an idiot. That's very narcissistic, arrogant, foolish, stupid energy. Who thought something was going to play out a different way. Something was going to go in their direction. And it didn't. Can people forgive and this and that? Yeah, okay. I'm not saying to hold a grudge with this energy, guys. Okay? I'm just saying, like, you were dealing with their karmic shit. So if you're still holding on to this energy or waiting for this, don't. You need to move on. Like the planet shifted. Your job is done. And it was a job. Whether you fell in love or not, it was a job, especially if you knew that you were stepping into a karmic situation, especially if you knew right off the rip this was not a good idea. You knew it. And you gave someone the benefit of the doubt. Chances are you knew the energy. You knew the person. I can't tell you. I mean, I'm psychic, but I'm not that psychic. I can't tell you what everybody's experience was, right? But you weren't naive to this. Whatever your last experience was, or the one you're still currently feeling, you weren't naive to the situation. Okay? And I think a lot of people thought they were playing it off, and you knew what was going down. You know? We all did. Not to the extent, but you weren't naive. Okay? So, and again, you know, this is very arrogant energy, okay? This is very me, okay? Very selfish energy. This is, you were giving your energy, okay? And they were giving you half of theirs because they were giving to somebody else, okay? And you weren't naive to that. So, I can't say it's a harsh lesson learned because on their end, not on ours, okay? I think what's most important right now is that you know how to really close doors and you're not stepping into something again just because they hit you up or they apologize, or every scenario would be different. Some of you will end up with this person, you know, others of you will not. Some of you will just end up being friends and whatever, and however it works out for you, right? But I'm telling you right now where the energy is and the planets, it's shifted. Like your job, if you're looking at it as your job or whatever it was for you, it's done. It's over. You do not need to go in to this person and think, oh, I need to tell them this, or maybe they didn't learn that, or no. You don't need to check up on them. Not your job. You did your job. You did your job. Believe me. How a new cycle starts off for them or you, who knows? I wish things could have been different. Yeah, want to know why? Because it didn't go in their favor. Okay? So, again, I'm not saying this person is awful, you know? So I wish I could share my good news with you. So something's about to hit right around the corner. That could be you. That could be them. Okay. But here's the thing. This person is stuck now in their feelings. And some has to do with what they were clinging on to, and others have to do what they learned from you. So again, we don't know where this is going to go. We shouldn't have any expectations. We shouldn't be thinking they're going to come back our way. Because our first catalytic scenario, did they come back? No, it was like the worst experience we experienced. It was heartbreaking. So their heart's breaking right now. Is it because they have to let go of their past? Or is it because you taught them a valuable lesson and now they know that self-value is pretty fucking important? Because if you don't value yourself, you will settle. Right? So this group of the collective was supposed to learn a big lesson, huge life lesson that puts them on a spiritual route or any route that they chose, right? So I'm not available, again, guarded. Or again, I'm on a whole different row, okay? So I don't know if this is like you guys, you know what I mean? And I said that the minute I dropped this. Because somebody is, I left you before you could left me. I buried myself and worked to forget you. I knew exactly what I was doing. Narcissistic energy. It's petty. They were selfish. I wish things could be different. Yeah, that's because you're now feeling your feelings, right? And then I have, I wish I could share my good news with you. but I'm not available, right? So their energy is just not going to shift. Spirit's not going to be like, oh, happy-go-lucky. We're going to grant you a wish. No. They got to get out of a cycle. So I'm thinking, let me grab my pendulum. I'm thinking that might be for you guys. Because I know something's right around the corner for you guys, for everybody. Whether it's good or whether it's not so good, it's whatever you took from a situation or whatever you've learned, right? So this is almost like, well, let me ask. Okay, so I feel like this is what it is. So this is basically telling me there's zero communication. That's probably a good thing. Okay. So, my goodness, that was a rough sneeze. So something really good is about to go down for you. Okay. But it's like, I'm not available. Is that your own blockages? I don't know. I guess I'm going to clarify these. Didn't think I really had to do that. I was kind of going in a different direction, but because it just split it, you know. So this is almost like what's about to go down for the ones who are fully aware that you're on a new path. Like you're not, waiting around. I want you. So now I'm questioning, we will be together again. I don't think there's any ounce in your bone right now that wants this back. I'm not gonna lie to you. I wish things could be different. I want you. Let me see which energy is feeling what, because you guys are probably on the same page as I am. So if you really want this person back like that, like right now, like the way I'm feeling it, no, see, it's like someone looking at you like that. This could be a sexual thing. So be really fucking careful, because they'll look, I want you. So they want this, they want you. Are they looking at you as like you're at the fucking meat market, or very intuitive, smart, gorgeous, creative? Jesus. So this is them. But Spirit said this is you. So again, this is here. This is, Spirit said this is you. I wish I can share my good news with you, and I'm not available, correct? That's you guys. All right, and that's, why do you only have 2 cards? Is that your side and that's their side? Are you burying yourself in works to forget them? All right. I'm gonna go karmic, and I'm gonna go spiritual. Is this the karmic? No, it's okay. Is this the karmic? No, is this the karmic? Is this the karmic? This the karmic? This the karmic? Okay, it was split differently. Okay. So you left them before they could leave you. So you definitely got hurt, which is normal. I left you before I could leave you. I bury myself in work to forget you. I wish I can share my good news with you. I'm not available. That's the spiritual side. Okay? Their side right here, I knew exactly what I was doing. I wish things could be different. I want you. We will be together again. So that's somebody. I don't know if that's like, I know we'll be together again. Like that's as if it's like shitty of them, because if they really felt that way, if they really feel that way, that's awfully cocky. Like, why didn't you pursue or make choices? Instead, you let other people make choices. Why didn't you make the choice? So if you knew, so basically this energy knew they had something special with you. And they took it for granted and they didn't take it. Now, when I was questioning the I want you, I split it here. So they're looking at you in either a really positive way or a negative way. Like this could be straightly sexual energy, or this can be, I love almost everything about this person. So you left them before they could leave you. So that means that's it. You were out. Okay. Majority of you are probably absolutely distracting yourself with work. But you have something really good coming in. And it's almost like, I wish I can share my good news with you, but I'm not available. Why? Because you know your value. So this means you guys had a pretty special connection with somebody, and I know it sucks. Okay? Been there. Almost everybody I've been with, I've had an extremely beautiful connections with them. Okay? So I know that's tough. That's a given. Okay? So before I start clarifying that, I mean, I guess I don't need to clarify like that, right? But like, let me just use this deck, because I haven't used this deck in a while either. So we have a spiritual side and we have a karmic side, because they're obviously still sitting in karma. Thank you. Clearly they're still sitting in karma. So this person is eventually going to want back in. And that's got to be for you to know what's right and wrong. I said, what's next for the spiritual side? We have release. Okay. I'm going to say this read probably started around 40. I don't know. I'm going to timestamp at that. I'm going to ish. So you do need to release. Do you need to release your past, their past, just them? I just asked if this was the two karmics. Hold on. Okay, it's not. All right, let's get to their side. Well, let's get one more for the spiritual side. And just be, it doesn't mean that they're not spiritual, guys, or there was a spiritual lesson, or they won't be, or whatever, like-minded, what, you know, it's just they're still in a karmic situation. But this is also linked to a past life, I'm sure of it. And you're at your crossroads, okay? So this is a big deal for you. You're probably in hermit mode right now with solitude, because it's like, I can't get a good feeling of your feelings here, and I don't need to, because I know it hurts, guys. We've all been in this situation, okay? You're feeling some sort of way. You're not in a way where it's getting the best of you, per se. You know, like, so I don't know if you need to release what they did, forgive them. And you find yourself at your crossroads. Will it be with them? Will it not be? Some of you, you just need to release how something went down, maybe. It's something with the past that occurred. I don't know if it's saying you need to release them. You have to use your own gut with this reading. Because I'm not going to go in one direction or another. I'm not going to tell you guys you have to leave the situation. Because at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. But if you're feeding this situation right now, shame on you. Karmic side. I knew exactly what I was doing. I wish things could be different. I want you. We will be together again. I feel cocky energy. Yeah, see, they were bound. That's karma right there. Okay, they're shut off. They got barriers. What else for the karmic side? Some of them can even be in a dark night of the soul type situation. They got family and destruction. Okay, so some of them could have been a family scenario. And it's crashing. It's crashing down. They were bound to a family scenario that's now crashing. Okay. But at the bottom of the deck, they also have ascending. Like I said, this was a lesson. Like I said, you were the catalyst. You came in and caused some destruction. But let me remind you, this was over. Their karmic situation was over before you came into the picture. It was dead. It would have not have grown. They had to have wished and wanted other things. They probably got part of their wish and how they're looking at life differently. And they still chose to stay bound to a very ugly, uncomfortable situation. Okay? So you are not to blame here. One or the other could be blaming you right now. But at the end of the day, I need you to remember, you are not to blame. And I didn't personally, well, my last experience, I didn't put the blame on me, but I was like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of the blame. I'm kind of the person who straw the camel's back, or, you know, but I'm not. I am, but I'm not. I am because they needed to know that there was somebody else. They needed to know that this was not secure. This was not built on a secure foundation, whether they were married or not. They didn't marry for the right reasons because they wouldn't be in this situation now. They married for the wrong reasons. They stayed in a situation for the wrong reasons. A lot of people stay for children. Or this is family, yappity yap, and giving bad advice. Like this energy could have been foolish and listened to somebody else's opinion on how and why they should stay in the karmic situation versus feeling free and going after what you truly actually probably want. But at the time, they probably didn't really know what they wanted because they've never probably experienced a situation like you. This is a very important read to what's going on right now with the energy, guys. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay? So you could be being blamed for this. Okay? And I think it's real important right now you do not blame yourself. Because I thought to myself, like, oh, I kind of am to blame. But I'm not. It was already over. You came in to open somebody's eyes, to show them what it's like to value themselves or to love or to go in a new direction, whether they learned that or not. Their karmic situation, their karma was their karma before you came into the picture. Or their karma was their karma because of how something karmically went down with you in the past. At the end of the day, not your monkeys, not your circus. This doesn't even have to be an ex-lover or a situation. This could be your parents, for all we know, okay? And how something went down. But at the end of the day, the cycle is being broken. The energy and the planets have shifted. This cycle is over. And they're experiencing a very karmic situation that has to do with family, whether they have children or whether this is their parents, a wife, a husband. And the thing is, they knew what they were doing. You were feeding them, and they were feeding them. It was a half-assed situation all the way around. Somebody straight up said to me, and I can't even say it out loud, and this makes sense that this is happening, right? But the way she said it, this was already about to take place. It was like she was just waiting for the ball to drop. It doesn't mean he was an awful person, and it doesn't mean she's an awful person. This is just a very karmic situation. These are probably two people that probably would have settled. And life is so much more than just settling. Okay? So this is not one of these reads where I'm going to tell you, fucking leave this person, do this, do that. No. You guys are on your own here. This is going to be a very biased reading, because by release, I don't know if that's saying you need to let that situation go or you need to let him or her go. I don't know that. Maybe you need to release how something went down. I hope that stays. I feel like it's just lopsided. Oh my gosh. I can't believe the amount of dust. I almost just went to go put this under this, but I actually think I'm going to use that deck for you. And I'm going to need to go wash my hands, so hold on. I need the... How's this one? I haven't done a series like this in a while, guys, and I really am going to be extremely biased with how I read this scenario for you guys. Let me go wash my hands. That was incredibly dusty. Yo. Let me just put a bra on, because now, the way I'm angled. All right. I'm back. All right. So I want to be able to see you guys at the same time. Okay. I feel like you're so far away from me, but all right, I can still kind of see you and you can still kind of see this, right? So we're good. I could probably bring you a little closer. Trying. All right. Well, just like that. We're going to stay just like that. Oh, I can bring you down a little bit. Maybe that's a little better. There we go. Okay. Can't really, like, read you, but doesn't matter. All right. Spiritual side. Karmic side. So, obviously there's something huge going down here. A karmic situation, feeling bound, restricted. Only restricting yourself, though. Right? Destruction, family. Judgment, I just saw there. Spiritual side. Looks like to me you left a situation because you knew it was best for you. And I'm going to put myself in scenarios like this because I want to figure it out too. I left you before you could leave me. Okay? So to me, you probably did what was best for you. So that's telling me that there's fear here. Okay? Whether I bury myself in work or whether to forget you. Whether you're at the gym, hanging out with friends, you're doing the best you can to not think about what happened because it fucking hurts. Clearly, okay? I wish I could share my good news with you. This means something's big is about to happen with you. And when it's said and done, I'm not available. So right now, you're not interested in this scenario, okay? And it makes sense. Why the fuck would you be? That's why I said to you, if you're still entertaining this situation, this karmic situation, definitely shame on you. Definitely. Okay, because they're in a situation where it's like they're still bound, but it could be breaking apart right now, clearly. Destruction, okay? Everything's breaking it down. Everything is being broken down. Everything. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is spiritually laid out, okay? When someone is spiritually laid out, okay, you loss of money, loss of respect, loss of friends, overwhelming feelings, all of a sudden more bills. You can't handle things. It's chaos. Sometimes your health is affected. They will shut you down so you can't work. Especially if you're like, oh my gosh, I'm going to miss, if I have to do this, I'm going to miss 4 weeks of work. That's $4,000. Okay? How am I supposed to do this? How am I supposed to do that? Spirit don't care. Because right now you're worried about your fucking $4,000. Why are you not worried about your fucking health? See what I'm saying? So there's still some very harsh lessons going on over here. Okay? release. Again, I'm not going to tell you what to release, who to release. A lot of people will instantly jump and be like, you got to release them. Like whatever this is, right? You got to release what went down. You don't want anything to do with it. Everybody learns at their own time. I'm definitely not going to tell you to get out of it. Because if I was to tell you to get out of it and you listened, you might not learn your lesson. And I would hate for you to have to repeat a cycle. Because I can't stress enough that we have to listen to our gut in situations like this. This is all about our energy. It's all about energy and who and what we give to. It's self-worth, it's value. Spirit animal, which I wanted to go to, unfortunately, is in this deck. So I'm going to have to scoot you guys one more time. Scoot, scoot. No, I can't see you. Okay. Before I get to this, I'm going to give you each one of these cards, and then I'll clarify. I don't know if we necessarily need to like clarify these. I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. That's pretty self-explanatory. I think this is more of the struggle. What are you releasing? Maybe this person will eventually learn lessons and they're exactly where they need to be, right? How do you know you're not supposed to forgive the scenario that you were put in? How do you know you're not meant to walk this path with them? Because it looks like there was a pretty significant connection. So again, if you're watching this and you're in the karmic situation, you're the ones in the tough situation. The spiritual sense, you are a catalyst to this story. But maybe you were meant for this energy. It wouldn't be right this second. And that's not me saying that as if like, oh, because I'd want a certain situation back or this and that. No, I've just been through enough scenarios that I know certain stuff with certain scenarios that I'm seeing. Anything can happen. It doesn't mean you won't end up with something else in 2 years from now. Maybe it's time for you to meet again. How do I know this wasn't a story that happened to you 20 years ago and this energy is coming back around? 6 years ago and this energy is coming back around? Because it's karmic. What's up, Angel? Hi. Okay. This is not one of these reads that's giving you the answers. This is one of these reads where, okay, great, I understand I was put in this situation. Okay, and now it's up to you to make decisions on how you're going to move forward. I'm just here to kind of help you out because I know everybody got real hurt in this scenario. So, Again, spiritual side. Tribe. So you're about to meet a new tribe, new soul family, new connections. Okay? This can also be saying an ancestor from the other side is putting something, aligning something. Okay? So this is tough because you've learned lessons here. Okay? You know you were the catalyst in this scenario. Not too many of us can say, wow, I know I was the catalyst. Because we're not used to this type of catalytic energy. We're used to how we awoken. You basically awoken somebody else, but on a whole different type of fucking level. You went in teaching, learning, loving, wanting somebody to see something differently. You didn't go in blinded. Which is still a tough one to swallow. Now this side, okay. So you got something big coming here, big. Whether it's an opportunity with them, an opportunity you're taking, you could be moving. I mean, you got something big coming to you. And with them, they have reflections. Why? And death. It's like rebirth. You put them there. That's like hangman, hermit, having to go within. Having to reflect on how things went down. They have no choice. It's the only way you learn. 72 minutes and 72 people. So I just saw 72, 72. Okay? You might want to Google that later. So before I kind of show you the shit show, which I'm not really trying to do, let me try to look at things differently here. You've been on a journey. You're spiritual. You always know how journey works. It's always new journeys, right? You're on a new one. It's not a bad thing. Say goodbye to the old life. That's a really good thing. Okay, if that includes them, then yep, you do that too. There's a new soul family. And if it's not a new soul family, I just heard they're thanking you. So I don't know if that's spirit thanking you for what you did for somebody else. It's not them. I don't know if that's your ancestors. Oh, I hate when I get messages like that. It messes me up. Well, I don't hate it, but it throws me off because I was saying something. Something big, okay? Crossroads. Oh, so you're going on a new journey, with or without. Come on, Spirit. You just messed me up. So either your ancestors or your tribes. If it's not a new soul family, it's gotta be. Oh, if it's not a new soul family, it's spirit. It's your ancestors. It's your dead ones. It's generational spirits placing you somewhere. So for me personally, I'd be like, okay, great. But I don't know if you're going to like it. But it would be your right path. So don't doubt it. So I don't know if this energy is going to want to come back. You guys got to use your gut here. So if this person isn't thanking you, Spirit's thanking you. Because you must feel asked out of a situation. Not their situation. Just like asked out somehow. Which makes me wonder, what are you holding on to? I just said I don't think you are. But you must be. I'm going to be extremely realistic with you. You must be. Something really good's about to happen. I just don't know how you're going to feel about it. Because it's almost like, what the fuck? But it's meant for you to meet new people or to... New people. It was like they just told me it was right there in the middle. I almost grabbed it too. I normally grab from this deck, but I didn't want to just grab this time. It was right there again. What the fuck? It's gonna make me grab. I just got wicked lightheaded. I don't know if that card has anything to do with ascension. It is air. I mean, it is fire. Resourceful, independent, knows one's self-worth. Well, there we go. We already discussed that. The camel can handle absolutely anything, as it carries the wealth and nourishment within. This wondrous creature of self-reliant handles a challenge with ease, even when it faces excessive heat, judgment, or anger. The camel searches inside for cool elixir of water to calm the situation. The camel represents the ultimate form of being opposites into balance, fire and water. So you could be water, they could be fire, they could be fire, they could be water, I don't know. And being responsible for one's own actions. The camel is a wonderful traveler and especially fond of trips of faraway lands. When you're in balance, you're calm, content, and you got a sparkle in your eye. When you're out of balance, you're dehydrated and you lack vitality, okay? To bring into balance, take a pilgrimage. So if you don't have the money or the resources or certain stuff to go on a pilgrimage, or it could just be a journey, take a nice walk in the woods or near water, or go to the ocean, go to the lake, do something, okay? But it's funny because I just said that to you on how the camel can handle absolutely everything as it carries nourishment within, wondrous, handles challenges. So I know that there's, like I said, there is a challenge coming your way, and it's coming right at you. And I wish I could tell you my good news. It's going to be good, okay? But it's going to be a challenge. I don't know if it's coming from them or from you, but it's coming right at you. And it's spirit is like, it's so positive, okay? So I just don't know how you're going to look at something because I can feel it. So if you guys feel like dehydrated or you're lacking vitality, vitality is life, it's your energy, it's aura, okay? Vitality is important. It's personality, it's your characteristics, it's who you are, happy-go-lucky, okay? And I'm not saying everyone's going to be happy-go-lucky right now, all right? But that's like normally who you are, right? So, and if others of you are just calm and content right now, then good, right? But to bring into balance, take a pilgrimage, okay? Some people can get lost writing stories or novels or journeys about certain stuff. It's whatever that means to you. But I already told you that you were going in a brand new direction and it's going to be pretty exciting. Take a pilgrimage. Well, you're about to. I do feel hesitation. I don't know why, okay? A song just came to my head. I don't know what it is. Do you not want to leave this situation? Sorry, Mia was calling. If she calls again, I'm going to answer it. I just feel like for some reason, if it has to do with this scenario, trust me, this situation is dead and over. Okay? But it's just dead and over. So I don't want to compare it like that, but it's very ironic that I'm being very biased with this situation right now. Well, good. Yeah, no, Mia just called, so. Hey, Kaden.
Yeah. My phone's dead. Okay.
I'm bringing Sheldon in my room.
Okay.
You almost just took him out.
I wasn't moving.
All right, Sheldon. I got Sheldon in here. All right. So, you got something really big coming your way, okay? Again, I just don't know how you're gonna feel about it, to be quite honest with you. And if it's gonna be a challenge. Maybe the challenge is to like let this go, no matter if this person comes in begging, you know, or maybe the challenge is to work on things with this energy. I don't know, but it is sitting side by side. It has been a lot of people's current scenario, right? So again, there's a good chance it has nothing to do with this person, because it says, I wish I could tell you my good news. So you might need to release this energy, okay? And go in a new direction, especially if you're holding on. Like I said, this can play out different ways. So I almost want to put the camel back in the deck, because I don't know if it's linked to them either, but if it's not, I doubt it. I don't, you know, but karmic side, I want to take that back out. Karmic side seems a little messier for sure. Again, I knew exactly what I was doing. I wish things could be different. I want you. There's somebody who wants to be with you. Somebody who, you know, made a massive mistake. I don't like the fact where it's like we'll be together again. I'm just hoping it's them thinking we will be. But I'm also feeling like arrogance behind that. Because it's like you knew better. There was a special connection. That's why I'm being biased. Because I can tell you guys had a connection. But at the same time, this energy gave you half. You were feeding them what they needed. But their energy was going to a different scenario. Okay, but now they're in a scenario where they have to reflect, they have to go within, they have to let things crumble. Or this could be somebody who is extremely stubborn. They were a fucking ass. They knew exactly what they were doing. They wish it went down differently, but it didn't, because they could try to control it. They wanted to be with this person. They were convinced this was going to go in a certain direction, and it still backfired and crumbled. I don't know if it's their karmic or their catalyst. We all got put in these situations before, being a catalyst. So I don't know who's who. I do like that they're in reflections. Fuck, I feel like I should grab that. So, they're in air energy. Right? Nope, as below. All right, that's Earth. Sorry. Sorry, that's Earth. The wolf. Guarded. But it's also a guardian of family and a tribe. Okay? The wolf's mission is to uphold the very well and longevity of its pack. Healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching. The wolf gets into trouble when it assumes every member of its tribe must follow suit. Conditioned, controlling. It indicates children walking in their parents' footsteps. Although it was survey, it might surely be uncomfortable at first, practicing tolerance helps balance the wolf energy. Contemplate the following. Embrace all, exclude none. When in balance, you're reliable, democratic, fearless. When out of balance, you're judgmental, dominating. To bring in the balance, practice letting go. See, this energy still needs to let go. See, this is somebody that was very controlling. This is somebody that wanted everybody to follow suit, unfortunately. And it didn't go in their direction. Okay, but this is also somebody that leads the pack as in a protection type thing, a guardian. Okay. The wolf gets into trouble when they assume everybody must follow suit. It includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. So again, I think this person, like I said in the very beginning of the read, got bad advice from either family members, father, a mother. This person is not breaking conditioning patterns. This has happened generation after generation within the family. So you came in for a big lesson for this person, not knowing exactly what the lesson is, but this is to break conditioning. This is so their children, if they have children, possibly here, don't follow in their footsteps. Don't make the same mistakes that the family has been making, because now they're in reflection mode, right? So this part of their lesson is to break free from family, whether it's a husband, a wife, a father, a mother, and not break free like that, but break free from somebody's thoughts. Because you're dealing with somebody, this is like Emperor energy, very controlling, likes to take the lead. If things aren't going in their direction or their order, if the people aren't following suit, they don't want to see a different perspective. So there's a lot going on here. I feel like I don't know if someone's vibration is raising. I can feel my vibration on the table right here. So somebody got bad advice from somebody. Somebody followed poor advice. I meant to grab this deck. So this person you're dealing with was, very, very, just expected people to follow suit. I don't know why. Very take charge energy. Got inspiration, and then we have a friendship. So I don't know if somebody special came into this person's life, which is probably you guys. So somebody came into their life, catalyst, to wake them up, to be inspired, to move forward, but somebody on this side gave very poor advice. This person needs to break conditioning. especially if they have children. I broke generational curses. It's not easy. This person needs to do the same thing. I don't know if they thought something would work in their direction if they just stayed in a situation, but nothing ever changes if you stay in a situation that's not changing. It's almost like they felt they needed to stay in a situation so others would respect them. There's a lot of ego here. I don't know if they were trying to prove a point. Somebody definitely gave them poor advice. And they listened to it. Somewhere down the road, somewhere when you guys were together, a family member, whether it was a wife or a husband, or parents or grandparents, it has to be in that category because it's conditioning, gave them poor advice. Could be a Sagittarius energy. We got the Magician. Somebody who wants to create. See, I'm getting, the energy I'm getting off of this is very, very controlling. Stuck in their ways. Thinks they can create, manifest what they want. Or are you dealing with an alchemist? It's almost like this is somebody who trained somebody from a very young age. It's like the book of the family. I don't know what this is. Hold on. No, I feel like it's current. Like this is their energy trying to manifest something. Like they want to come at you with some type of offer. Not you, at somebody going a new direction. I think you're dealing with somebody who's smart. I don't know if that's like spiritually smart. Yeah, because right, the wolf can be a spiritual leader. So it's within this energy. Like this, you could be dealing with an alchemist. You could be dealing with somebody who's like that's part of their gift. I don't know really where to go with that. Or is it they're using their power in the wrong way? All right, so they're contemplating possibly commitment. Is it misuse of their power? We have the infinity sign, right? Like it's an 8 though. This is somebody who repeats patterns. So again, is it somebody who's trying to control how something plays out? Are they contemplating commitment? Is it with somebody new? Is it me? Oh, sorry, not me. Me. She just said Mia can't find something, but she says me. We call Mia me. Mia me. Is it you? Is it me? There's a song like that, right? Fuck. Are they contemplating commitment with you or me? I said, right? So are they contemplating with you? What the fuck? Or are they contemplating getting out of their commitment? To me, their commitment, that's already done, but they're still bound. You can't create. See, here's what's throwing me off. You can't create in the middle of destruction. If you're creating in the middle of destruction, that's going to benefit no one. That's like sneakily energy. It's like misusing your power. It's probably power they don't even know they have. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't feel like it's good, but it doesn't look bad. So are they contemplating some type of commitment? The one that they're in, committed to their family, whether it's parents, friends, children, wife, husband. And this is reflections. Regardless, you put them in this zone, which is good because now they're coming out of confusion, right? But it's still kind of misleading because you can't fucking create if you're still bound to a toxic situation. That's why I felt like at first, does this have to do with childhood? Like, is this the father? Like, is it generation after generation? You know, they think they're fucking smart, but they're not. And it doesn't pay off in the end. And somebody listened. That's why it's like, as a young child, and its back is turned. Are you actually going to turn your back on what you were taught? Because you weren't taught anything of value. The only thing that would have been taught of value for you would have been fucking money. They didn't teach you value. They didn't teach you to value yourself. They didn't teach you to value others. This is a big deal. So this could be part of their lesson, is breaking conditioning, self-worth, self-value. Did you come into teacher's energy self-value? I don't know, right? Because I don't like that. I almost get like a father figure. And then we have like a child turning its back, contemplating, did I make the right decision or I didn't make the right decision? Because see, that doesn't make sense. Especially since the wolf talks about conditioning. So this person got poor advice. This energy did not teach this energy the right type of value. Like, they're dealing with somebody, value came with coins. They're not teaching this person that value came within love, self-worth. So I don't know if they're just figuring this out, that they got poor advice, or because I'm not crazy about that Sag energy at all. Fifth dimension, recognition, purge, healing. So they're contemplating a spiritual route. And in order to contemplate a spiritual route, you have to leave almost everything behind. What you were taught, what you learned, what you thought was right, what was actually wrong. And then we have recognition, okay? So, like I said, you guys were the catalyst. You woke them up. So they could be contemplating commitment with you. Because if they're contemplating fifth dimension energy, this is like an awakening. Will they turn their back on somebody who taught them the wrong type of value? Someone taught them the wrong type of value. There's no question. That you were taught to love coins. You were taught to make money. You were taught to be the breadwinner. You were taught, you know what I mean? They didn't teach you self-value. They didn't teach you how to take care of a family. They didn't, you know what I'm saying? And do not put the blame on this person, because you're probably dealing with a grown-ass adult. You can make your own damn decisions, but this will affect the family. But at the end of the day, you got to do what's best for you. So it's good that they're actually in this energy of contemplation, because it's wake up, wake up. This magician's not, like, you're dealing with somebody who thought they were smart. And they probably are. I knew exactly what they were doing. But it's a different type of smart. And to me, this is linked to your family. Generational shit that keeps going in patterns and patterns and patterns. And it keeps hurting the fucking family. It hurts the, I almost said ex-wife. So this person could have been divorced multiple times. The parents before them may have not even have been together or divorced. Because now it just pulled me to somebody else's fucking pain. Other people had to experience this, like, I almost said family curse, but it's not a family curse. It's how people were taught. So I don't want to say if this is a father-son to put it all on your father, because it's like their father taught them that, or their father was not around to teach them that. But the one person, this one thing this person learned was how to make money and passed it on to their children. But they didn't teach them self-value. That's a huge, huge lack in life. You know, who the fuck, you would never figure out who you are if you don't know your own value. You shitting on my floor right now, Sheldon? You're shitting on my floor. You walked all the way over here to shit on my floor? That's a sign for you guys. I don't know how. It's like wipe up your own shit. You know what I mean? Honestly, wipe up the fucking shit you created. Clean it up. Clean up your own shit. There's your message. Clean up your own shit. For real. I'm dead serious. Clean up your own fucking shit. Don't blame your father. Don't blame your mother. Don't blame your grandfather. Don't blame fucking family. It's almost like you stayed in a family scenario with a husband or a wife because you wanted to prove the point. You wanted to be the one to make a marriage survive. You wanted to show them differently. I didn't fail. You stayed in it to prove a fucking point to somebody who taught you, who didn't teach you the true meaning of value. And that sucks. Because now you're contemplating going in your own direction. And I'm telling you right now, if I was to clarify that, I guarantee judgment would fall on those cards. Because you're worried about what other people are going to think, and other people, the direction that you're going to go in. I know if I go in this direction, this comes crashing down. But again, that's you staying in conditioning. That's you staying in a family dynamic that's already crashing, that's toxic, unhealthy, it's draining. There's no love. Not the love that maybe you guys once had. Got into a family situation for the wrong reasons, maybe because of money. This is conditioning. This boils down to generational conditioning and not being taught self-value, self-worth. They taught you that worth was money, coins. And now if you were to go in a new direction, this energy might even disown you. I hate to say it. It's probably too late for this person. This person still thinks he's right. I knew I didn't like that card. And this person's been married before and hurt somebody, because I said their ex-wife, I think was my exact words, correct? Ex-wife, unless it's their ex-wife. Maybe they're about to get divorced with the destruction card there. Or there was already divorces, generational divorces within the family. Clean up your own shit. Because this one's not changing. This one taught you to go after money. And it probably ruined a family dynamic. And now you're contemplating a spiritual route. I guarantee this energy would disown you. And again, it's too late for this person to learn. This energy woke this energy up. It's almost like you have to turn your back on what you were taught. Because you're not going in this, you're contemplating it, but you still have higher monarchy family stopping you. What, are you going to chalk it up to a loss and have another past life with them? You're just going to do it in another lifetime? This is telling me you felt a past life connection. So in all reality, don't you worry about what they're doing, because they're on the fucking struggle bus. They need to be. They need to realize what's important, what's not important. They were taught, and don't you dare put the blame on them. They've hurting a lot of people. Probably you too. I don't know where the ex-wife falls into place there. Money. Money was more important. Did you follow suit? You had to have. You followed suit. And it's like you have to break free. And that comes with consequences. There could be a lot of loss here. But it's not really a fucking loss if you're happy at the end of the day. I really hate to say that. This is energy of somebody still stuck. Contemplating but not making moves, not taking action. I knew exactly what I was doing. I wish things could be different. The fuck you do. The fuck you do. No, the fuck you don't. Because if you did, it would be fucking different. Settle. They're thinking about it. You didn't come into this person's life for no reason. Will they break free? I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, Five of Swords, I'm not surprised as we're talking about this scenario, okay? This energy is more worried about what other people, society, that talks about somebody in society. So basically it's telling me this person is more worried about what society would think, what their father would think, what their mother would think, what this other people would think, what their children would think, what the family would think, what the wife would think, what the husband would think. Sad. It's sad because they're not living their life. They know they can have a life with you. And if it's not with you, you taught them self-value. They just have to learn it. They didn't quite learn it. You know what I'm saying? But you taught them. They're thinking about it. They're like, fuck. I want more in life. I don't just want this. I want more. I don't know if they'll break free. because they're in the midst of it. Like I said, the energy shift. They might not break free. They might fall right back into that category of being a settler. Okay? Or they'll choose to go in a new direction, a higher direction, something that vibrates higher. But they're going to have to clean up their own shit. Stop letting other people clean up your shit for you. This is somebody who doesn't own what they feel. They won't change their perspective. They won't change their minds. Why? Because that's what they were fucking taught. I'm more of a man if I do it this way. Don't worry, Pops. I won't let you down. Why? Your fucking Pops let you down. Holy shit and balls. This is overwhelming. I didn't even get to this side. Holy shit. We're going to do 2 parts of this. I'm not going to take a break right this second, but I am going to take a break and come back and read this side because this is extremely overwhelming. But it's good to know what's going on, right? And really absorb. These are life lessons, guys. These are very important life lessons. It's very important to step out of this destructive energy. It's like being led down the wrong path, and it's like you staying in it because somebody gave you poor advice somewhere down the road. Stay together. Stay for security reasons. Don't go in that direction. Are you fucking crazy? Are you crazy to think about going in that direction? Are you fucking crazy? It's like the Hierophant's there too. It's almost like this energy would disown you. There's something with religion here too. Religion, judgment. There's no question. And it's the way you were raised. And you're contemplating, do I go out on my own? Do I do what I want to do? Do I know I'm good at this? And this card speaks of humanitarian energy. This is not humanitarian energy. You're fucking fooling yourself if you think you got that leadership quality. Well, no, that's not, I didn't mean it like that. You do have that leadership quality. You're fooling yourself by fooling yourself. How do I explain it? Because you have that humanitarian energy. You have that spiritual 5th dimension. You have the energy of vibrating higher. You've been around people your whole life who stayed consistent in lousy energy, right? People who would not change. You're dealing with a whole bunch of people who will not fucking change. This soul that you taught, so I'm so proud of you, even though it hurts. You taught them a massive lesson. Massive. If they learn it. If they learn it. Because they have that leadership quality, that humanitarian side about them, but you would never see it right now. Because this is somebody who wants to control things. I know I can teach people. No, the fuck you can't. Right now you can't teach people jack shit because you were taught fucking wrong. Your approach does not work. Are you smart? Do you have leadership qualities? Hands down, absolutely. But not until you break conditioning. You are fucking out of your mind. Thank you for my donation. You are fucking out of your mind if you think for 1 second you can teach other people in society when you're holding on to destructive energy. You can't teach anybody, not even your own children or yourself, until you break free from conditioning. So this energy knows they have a quality. Death card. Like I said, this could be a disowning of a situation. They could disown you. See what I'm saying? Everything crumbles. Things end. But this is also breaking conditioning. When you speak the truth and go in a new direction, you're breaking conditioning. It ends. It's dead. You're breaking conditioning. Your children will benefit. Your children's children will benefit. People don't understand it because I just heard that makes no sense. You're dealing with somebody who's extremely conditioned. This is already dead. You're already dead inside. Your soul's not alive. You're wondering why. If you're wondering why all this is happening, why this, why that, because you're not changing. This energy knows it's almost like being disowned. But this is beautiful because it's a massive transformation that this energy might be able to make. But it stops there. It stops with them. Oh yeah, and their children. And I said that makes no sense. Because you can't, it's conditioning, right? It's generational conditioning, okay? You're following in your father's footsteps, which is not good. It's ruined other people's lives. It's put a halt to yours. If you go in a new direction, you might be disowned. But it will benefit your children. If you have children. Or you might have children in the future. Especially if you're young and you want children. And you're experiencing this, you need to break it now before the children come into the picture. Because you were taught to value money. You weren't taught to value family. You were taught to stay in certain scenarios, probably because of money. Oh my gosh. So, they're contemplating going in a new direction, so I will say job well done. You probably inspire them because they had those two cards, right? I don't even know where they went, but they had inspirational, yeah, friend and inspiration. So there's somebody like you that came into their life and inspired them to go after their dreams, because you're dealing with an extremely smart individual, somebody who can lead, someone who has a voice, someone who does have the power to change. But they can't right now. The way they're looking at something, they can't teach nobody. It's like the decision's yours. I don't know if they're stuck in a matrix. The movie Matrix just came to me. This magician has some type of power over the family. They've caused a lot of damage that I don't know if they'll ever own up to it. Because if their son can't own up to shit, then this person can't own up to shit. And I don't even know if you guys know their father, or if they even know their father. Yeah, see, it's their father, the Emperor. It's their father, like I said. And the Empress, see, ex-wife. So, see, I don't fucking know, man. It's generational. It's the world. Yeah, it's like they won't let it go. Continuously fucking holding on. I'm not getting into all that, but it's not good. I don't know why they play such a huge factor. I mean, I get it, but so it must be on their minds. If I go in a new direction, I can possibly be disowned, I guess. I don't know. My family will hate me. It's all judgment. Twin flame, pride, and ego. So whether this is a twin flame or a soulmate, guys, Okay? They're letting their pride and ego get in the way. And I already said that with the wolf. It's generational damage. I don't know. At the end of the day, right, you all got to make your own decisions to break free, because it looks like there's children here. And if there's not children, that means you'll probably end up having children, and you don't want to pass this down because generations have already made this mistake. Somebody might be disowned. I don't know if it has to do with religion. To me, it probably has to do with religion, because the fifth dimension is vibing on a whole new level. It's self-love, it's self-worth, it's spiritual, it's, you know, every other religion. I'm not against any other religion. Grew up Catholic. I still consider myself Catholic, even though I'm spiritual. And I also am extremely into Buddhism. So there's something here, like, to me, I want to say this is massive transformation, right? But to me, I clarified, right? So it's linked to conditioning, religion, like the Hierophants here, judgments here. So I don't know if you're just being judged, because the cards aren't here, but I can see them clear as day. Judged for your actions, but at the end of the day, you're doing what's best for you, and it's only going to benefit your children here and now, or children to come. So don't question vibing higher than other people. Stop questioning, is this the right move for me? Like, of course it is, if that's where it makes you happy. You've always had something spiritual happening. You always knew you had that capability of being a leader, but you let your ego get in the way. You let your pride get in the way of doing things the right way because of conditioning, because of how somebody taught you to do something. Someone taught you that money was more valuable than self-worth. And you stayed in a situation because of poor advice. No matter who it came from, somebody within the family. This person's hurt multiple people. You're going through a massive wake-up call. And if you think you can recreate a wife and husband dynamic, you're out of your fucking mind. If you think you have more than one option, you're out of your fucking mind. Because the fact that you had one or more options put you in this shit scenario. So stop with the fucking options. Because you don't have one right now. Right now, you're assed out. You want options, you need to move forward. Because Spirit right now is not going to give you any options. And you brought this energy upon yourself because you knew better. And you let your ego get in the way. You let your pride. You let other people's opinions make judgment calls. I don't know why I keep going back to the father. Like, who cares? I hate saying it like that. Like, I get it, but who fucking cares? They led you in the wrong direction. For real. It's like this energy won't make a move based on what they were taught from fucking somebody else. And it was the wrong advice. That advice didn't teach you jack shit. That advice didn't teach you to survive. Might have taught you how to make money. Whoop-de-doo. What do you do at the end of the day now that you got all that money? If you have it. Okay? So you're being guided. You're being guided to go in another direction. Just like they're being guided to go in another direction. Could it be you guys together? Maybe. Will you transform your life? I certainly hope so. You've been through hell and back. I hope you wouldn't crawl back into a shell. I hope you wouldn't put yourself back in a scenario. Yeah, there's an offer coming. You got to purge out the old. You got to purge what needs to be purged, which is all of this family dynamic, and go make an offer. So someone's being guided to move forward. Someone's being guided to transform a situation. Gotta let this go. So I don't know if this offer is coming back around. And this might be why you find yourself in these crossroads. And again, when I go to part 2, because I'm going to need to take a break. Again, it's biased. You got to do what's best for you. Maybe you guys were meant to come together. Maybe you're not meant to be lovers. Maybe you're meant to be business partners. Maybe you're meant to just be friends. But there's an offer. This person wants more, and it's probably commitment. Or if it's not commitment, it's more like, I want to give you effort. I want to put in the effort. I want to see where this goes. I want to put in effort, because they weren't able to put in effort before. They're extremely in their emotions right now with the moon. It's like hidden from you, hidden from them. To me, this is more emotions. With the world, being stressed out, ending a chapter, starting a chapter. This person's in deep, deep emotions, pain. And it's not just pain from the current family dynamic. It's generational pain. And it's caused by their father or their mother. Theirs before that. I'm not going to justify their pain because they raised their son with ass-backwards values. It's extremely unfortunate. It makes sense with this generation though, right? As we watch generations grow and move forward. It's like time to start a new life. You got 2 major arcana. It's like out of your hands. Like all this crumbling is out of your hands. So you're going to take this opportunity to go in a new direction. Or when you get out of this icky energy, are you going to put yourself in another situation where you're just going to fucking settle? Or you're going to let your pride and ego get in the way, and you're not going to go in a new direction. You're not going to go apologize because you don't want to feel humiliation. You don't want to be vulnerable. This energy is still struggling, which is, normal. But they can take themselves out of it by ending something, completing a chapter, completing a long time shit cycle that they were taught, unfortunately. Gotta close this chapter. And it's not just your current family dynamic, it's the dynamic before that. And I don't know why this person's caused a lot of pain to other people. A lot of pain. And it's like they just won't change. Don't become like your father. And I fucking hate to deliver that type of message. For those who resonate with that, I really do feel bad delivering that type of message. Don't follow in your father's footsteps. I fucking hate saying that. And on a side note, on a personal level, I love my dad to pieces, but my dad's extremely conditioned too, right? But I'm not going to follow suit because he wants me to do this and do that. And you know, you got to think about retirement, and you got to think about, you know, money and blah, blah, blah. Like, no. I will take my broke ass if I end up being broke, and I will take it to another fucking country, and I will live on the beach, and I will live on land, and I will live in a shack on the beach, and I will take the shells, and I'll sculpture fucking wood, driftwood, and I will sell it to fucking tourists, and I will live my best fucking life. So no, I'm not worried about a 401k and all the other things that society thinks you should be fucking worried about. I'm not. I hate to say it like that. Don't follow in your father's footsteps here. And my father, I love him. I'm just like, I brush it off. This is way more than brushing it off. I'm just giving you a good example on where I'm at and how this spiritual route got me to love myself and know what's best for me at the end of the day. Not what another generation thought was best for them. They think it's best for them right now because of the world they're living in and what they've witnessed, and I get it. I'm not hating. I get why they want certain things prioritized, right, in certain ways, because they want what's best for me too. At the end of the day, they don't want me in a situation where they're leaving this world and thinking, oh, their baby or their girl didn't make it. No, I fucking made it. I made it, trust me. I know how to live. Okay? This person needs to learn how to live. Don't follow in your father's footsteps. You weren't taught the right type of value. And everything that you went through, you had to go through to learn. And I don't mind that I learned in the second part of my life. Now I can just live out my life the right way. Do I wish I learned a little earlier on? Maybe. But I do get to enjoy my life as an adult. You know? So, it's a tough scenario there. Be that wolf, but don't expect other people to follow suit. You expect people to follow suit because you were taught to follow suit. You're not an individual. You're not the leader of the fucking pack. You're not. Stop trying to create something in the midst of destruction, too. What you're creating is more destruction. So in the beginning of the read, we were questioning what type of lesson you taught this person. At the end of the day, I feel like it's more self-worth and self-value because they weren't taught that. But this is also saying, I'm going to read it again, but this is also saying this is conditioning. So it's way bigger than you think. It's not just self-value. Well, self-value is really what it comes down to at the end of the day, right? You value yourself enough to go in another direction to transform your life. Don't ask for a new life. Don't ask for wishes. Don't ask for this. And then you get it and you do fucking nothing with it because somebody else wants to come into the picture, or you get bad advice. That's what happened. So don't say you're a fucking leader when you didn't take the fucking lead. Be that guardian of the family. Go in different areas of your life and start new tribes. The wolf's mission is to uphold the well-being of longevity of the pack. The healthy wolf energy expresses itself through activism, mentorship, humanitarian efforts, or teaching, religious or political studies. Okay? The wolf gets in trouble when it assumes every member in the tribe must follow suit. This includes children walking in their parents' footsteps. Conditioning. All day. Although it will surely be uncomfortable at first. Yeah, no shit. Practicing tolerance helps you stay in balance. Contemplate the following, and you're contemplating. When you're out of balance, you're more worried about judgment, and I talked about that. When you're out of balance, you're more controlling and dominating, but it's not the right way. Nobody wants to see your half-ass fucking leadership qualities if you can't fucking follow through. You gotta be able to change your perspective here. You gotta see what's happening. When you're in balance, you're reliable. You're fearless. Okay? There's fear all over the board here moving forward. Okay? And to bring your life back into balance, you want balance in your life? Let go of all this shit that you thought was supposed to pan out a certain way. Let it go. Let the fucking family go. In all reality, they're always family. They're either going to have your back or they're not. You think my parents had my back when I went this route? Nope. Did I push through? Yep. Did I break conditioning? Yep. Whoever this is and you're watching, and this is very karmic for you, I truly hope you push through, because you do have those leadership qualities. You absolutely do. But not the way you're trying to present them. You can't teach nobody, because right now you can't even fucking teach yourself. The energy over here is either going to make it or break it. It looks like they're going to make it, because it looks like they're going to purge, transform a situation, and put another offer out there. I will tell you, certain shit needs to be wrapped up first. And stop worrying about judgment and how other people are going to feel or think, because in the long run, you do what's best for you at the end of the day and what makes you happy. And that's when your kids, if you have kids, will become more enlightened, more aware, more understanding, more compassionate, willing to change, willing to work things out, willing to put effort into things. Why? Because they see that their father is letting go of conditioning that got them nowhere, that put them in a situation that has been extremely destructive. This energy, if you have children, you must make this change to save your children. And others of you, if you're the younger generation, you have to make this change to benefit your children, to benefit your life, to teach other children. Maybe it's to teach children of the world. Maybe not your own children. Just depends what generation you are. So it looks like this energy is going to push through, which is phenomenal. It's going to be tough, though, because there's a lot of naysayers. There's a lot of haters. There's a lot of people here that are going to say you're going in the wrong direction. There's a lot of people that are going to probably try to block your direction in ways you won't even see it, and it will be through manipulation of words. But think about it. Did they ever follow through? Did their actions ever follow through? Have your actions? They couldn't have, because you never followed through with your actions. So you're dealing with a whole bunch of people that never fucking follow through, because you don't. It's conditioning. It's a given. You don't even got to sit there and question it. It's a fucking given. You don't follow through. Why? Because they don't fucking follow through. So now you want your children to not fucking follow through? Because your children will experience this. Your children will have a rough fucking life. Why? Because you didn't break a pattern when you knew you should have. Which then tells me you had some type of guidance in your life and you still took advice. You still took poor advice when you had somebody that gave you good advice. Once again, someone has come into your life. This catalyst has come into your life for you to change your life. Not for you to be with them. For you to realize your own fucking value. To change conditioning. To have new milestones in your life. Like I said, before this person came in, you had to have been worthy. You must be a really good person to have this person come in and deal with what they dealt with when you were giving your energy elsewhere and they were giving to you. Because they got nothing out of it. They got hurt. So be thankful this person came into your life. Thank them by moving forward. Not by hitting them up and giving them an offer. Thank them for moving fucking forward. Letting this shit go. Yeah, this energy might disown you. Yep, your kids might disown you. But if you have kids, it'd be fucking temporary. And they probably have already disowned you because destruction is right here. You were already in a destructive family dynamic. And it was caused by conditioning. And you let your ego and pride get in the way. And then somebody else came into your life for you to know your fucking value. Stop contemplating your value. You want your kids to live this life with morals and integrity and make the right decisions and fix what you broke. And the only way to do that is to move forward. How do you know this person's going to come into your life to benefit your children or your future children? You have to follow through. You have to take the blame for your own shit. You have to clean up your own shit you created. You have to take action. Stop overthinking. This is somebody who over fucking analyzes. You probably picked up from somebody else. Who the fuck knows? We have a pathological liar here. I don't even know where that comes in. Pathological liar. Because you don't take blame, because you don't want to deal with consequences. You don't want to clean up your fucking mess. I'm right and that's it and I'm putting my foot down. Well, you get nothing with that type of attitude. If you have children, because I know you're worried about what your father thinks for some reason. Whether you're conscious of it or not. This energy gave you poor advice. Along with this energy. So if you want to fix something within a family dynamic, if it involves children, you have to fix yourself first. That's the only way change is created. That is the only way to break this. You were raised. The way you were raised affected the way you were raised your children. And I bet you fucking regret that now. It all stems from him. And apparently he has an ex-wife. I don't know if she plays a big role or he hurt the fuck out of her. Or if you went through exactly what his ex-wife went through. And it's not the children. It's not the current ex-wife if there's going to be an ex-wife, guys. I think the woman over here went through something very similar to somebody once they had in their life. And I don't know if they just couldn't hack it and they chose somebody else because it was easier to stay. It was easier than to try to fix it. I don't know what they did. I think it's irrelevant at the end of the day. Or this one has a pretty good stepmother. Or if you have children, this one will be a stepmother. But me personally, I hate to look at things like that. I'd rather, if I was with somebody who had children, I'd rather be more of a role model. I would never want to take anybody else's place unless they really had a shitty mother, you know. But when I was talking to you in the beginning of this video with my dynamics and my situation and personal things, like, if these two people are married, they're not two awful people. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't have to come in and take the place of somebody. That would be controlling a situation. That's silliness, right? I'd want to be more of like a role model. I'm just somebody, you know, not just somebody, but somebody, right? But I don't need to come in and be a stepmom. That's why I think there's a stepmom here. And I don't know what she has to do with it. Maybe she's the one good thing you have in your life. I don't fucking know. I really don't know what that stepmom has to do with any of this. I don't know who this stepmom is. And if you're dealing with somebody who doesn't have a stepmom, then I don't know how else to place her. Maybe I don't, does this make sense to you guys? I don't know where else I would place this other woman. Because it's not the current wife or the current husband or the ex-wife or the husband. So I don't know where to place whoever this is this son, which is probably married to this dynamic or was married and has a family, needs to turn their back on what they were taught, because they weren't taught self-value. They were taught to work with coins. You're dealing with somebody who their father was very controlling, very restricting. My way or the highway. This is the only way you're going to learn. You want this, they're very cocky. Like, I don't know. So I feel like they were married before. Or this is the grandparents that were married before. Like, I don't know how else to place that. So I don't know if they have a role model. See what I'm saying? Like, because if you were somebody else's role model, like if you would have come into somebody else's life, or vice versa, you have kids, they didn't, and they came in and they were the role model. Like, this person has a role model. I don't know if it's hard for her to talk about shit because she was so fucking hurt. And now she's not even living her fucking best life because of the damage he did. So I don't know if she's about to come in and play a massive role. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know who that woman would be, or if it's linked to you, if you're that woman. But, no. See, I think you would have to be that woman. See, there's a woman here. This is a woman from the generation before. And this is here and now. That's linked to this person, because this catalyst created this change to benefit this person, to benefit their family, not to benefit them. So either you guys will all work it out at the end because something new's coming in, or you're going to go in a brand new direction and job well done, because you had a big thank you up here. I just heard it again. We thank you. And I'm not saying this person didn't appreciate it or doesn't. Maybe they don't act like they do. I'm not even fucking getting into that. I'm just saying in general, job well done, because this is self-worth, breaking conditioning. It really boils down to breaking conditioning more than self-worth. I think this person will learn self-worth as they get out of this situation, to be quite honest with you. But you still need self-worth to go in a new direction, because there's a good chance someone would disown you. I don't know if this woman's coming back. The father hurt a woman. Or multiple women. Or she passed over and she's watching over him, because there's guidance here. So I don't know if she steps in next or if she's about to step in. I think she's about to step in. They relate. I think this one brings up old wounds for this one. And I don't even know if you all know each other, if that makes sense. Yeah, wisdom, memories, songs, see what I'm saying? So I'm not quite sure how to place that, but it's like memories, wisdom, song. So it's like nice energy, memory. So I don't know if like whoever she is now gonna come in. She's gonna use her wisdom, tell you about her memories. But if anything, it ends with a song, right? So I would think this woman is somehow pretty relevant in this scenario. I don't know how she's relevant. Or what role she plays. It's almost like I feel like this woman stirs up feelings for this woman that was once with this man that is linked to that kid. Because it's stirring up memories. I don't know. It like stirs up memories for her. But she's smart, right? Wisdom, song. It's nice energy. Learn from her mistakes. This woman, which is you guys, the catalyst, is stirring up memories, or is about to stir up memories. So she might be able to help him in a different way. Is it who they were currently with? Because to me, I'm looking at this as like, this is this one's father, right? Grandfather. They have an ex-wife. I use the word ex-wife. Or maybe she's not in the picture anymore. And maybe it's traumatic for that kid. Maybe there's just been so much pain and destruction throughout every single generation. You've watched it fall and crumble. And now yours is falling and crumbling, and your ego is getting in the way. It's like you want to stay in the situation. You want to prove everybody else wrong. I made it. I did it. I made it work. No, the fuck you didn't. You didn't make it work. And you won't make it work. It wasn't meant to work. It was built on a faulty foundation. If you got married, if it wasn't for love, I don't know. I'm going to step out of it because I don't even know how she plays a role. All I know is that I feel like it's going to stir up memories for her. If this woman, maybe they're talking about it. Whoever she is, she can give good advice. It's like Follow the beat of your own drum. Follow the beat of your own drum, son, is what I heard right off the rip, and I just left out son. Follow the beat of your own drum, son. So I don't think she's a bad element at all to this scenario. I just don't understand why it was so potent. Such a strong message. It does stir up memories. It's like this person that came into this person's life, or this person's going to start talking about this person, and it stirs up memories. But she's good at leading. It's like, match the beat of your own drum, son. So whoever she is, she's positive. She's experienced what you've experienced already, and why you've experienced, and how you've experienced it. Maybe she's just never talked about it with you. Maybe she never thought it was her place to talk about it with you. Especially if she's the ex-wife of your father. I don't know if you guys kept the bond or not. I don't know. But whoever she is, dead or alive, definitely match the beat of your own drum, son. So she experienced exactly what you're experiencing. Why? Because you learned from your dad. And it didn't work out. And he's jaded. He says one thing and does another. If you don't follow his suit, you can't even be part of his fucking band, his parade. Well, don't worry, you don't need to march in his fucking parade. So maybe you want to go talk to her. I don't know. If she exists, if she's dead, talk to her. If she's dead. If she's alive, talk to her. She can help you. She experienced the same exact thing. Or if this person ends up in this person's life, the two of them might be really close. Or it might be tough because it stirs up memories. I don't know. Because she stirs up the memory. She's the trigger of everybody in this family dynamic. And that's just the way it goes. So you want more out of your life? You know, you gotta match to the beat of your own frickin' drum. And do what's best for you. Okay? So I hope that helps. After I take a break and have dinner, I don't even know what time it is, I will come back and we will see what's going on over here. For some reason, it was more important to kind of get over here. You do have something coming in. And I'll try to get just as detailed as you, too. I don't think there's a lesson here for you. Well, there's always lessons. What was the camel? Oh, it's, yes. See, it's probably not a lesson. It's more of a challenge for you. And I don't know if it's a challenge you want to take on. You're dealing with somebody who act like they didn't give two shits or didn't give two shits. I don't know. I mean, I can clearly see what some of you guys were dealing with, whether you were aware of it or not. Some of you were not even aware of what was really going down. You were probably just aware of what was going on with the current scenario. You probably had no idea it was linked to conditioning. But everything's linked to conditioning at the end of the day. You know? And that's the truth. This one needs to match the beat of their own drum. And my spiritual ones, you got a massive challenge in front of you. To me, it's like releasing. I don't even want to give my opinion yet. But basically, you can handle it. But you already knew you could handle this whole scenario. You still got hurt. So I'll leave everything as is. And I'm going to cover up the energy. And I will be back in a little while. I don't know when, but I'll be back. Such an educational video. Mingy, it's exhausting. I'll see you guys shortly. I love you.